Hey everybody, Simon here, Projects in the Barn, and welcome back to another episode on the channel. And I know it's been a little while, but that's all about to change. We're going to set the record straight and get another video out to you lovely people. And we're starting today with a new vehicle. Yes, you know it. I don't tend to keep my cars very long, and all through the summer into the early part of this autumn season, I've been having a bit of a clear out, which is very unusual for me. I tend to hoard my cars and my vans, but I have had a really good clear out, and so I've treated myself to something else to fill the void. So avid viewers of the channel will know I was up to about 8 vehicles. Let me see if I can remember. Let's run through them in my head. So down in my barn, and most importantly, the black Jaguar XKR, right? Number 1. My white Type 25 high top motorhome project I bought 2.5 years ago, still haven't started. I think we're going to sell that. I have my 1995 Volkswagen LT Calm and Distance Wide motorhome, still got that, still loving that. I've got a 1988 Volkswagen Type 25 Caravelle, still got that, still loving that. I had my Jaguar XF, I've sold that. I had my Porsche Boxster, I've sold that. I had my Volkswagen T5 Caravelle, I've sold that. And the wife's Audi, totaling 8. So the T5 Caravelle went back the late part of the summer. So that's gone on to a lovely family down here in Weymouth, near where I live. The Porsche went to another local chap in Poole, not too far from me, down here in Dorset, and he's loving that. And the Jaguar XF, which wasn't actually for sale, but a good friend of mine at work was in need of a car. And anyway, there's a long story behind it, but I've sold him my Jaguar XF, and he is loving that. So which left a bit of a void for me into what I can then drive around in. So I've been cutting around in my red Volkswagen Caravelle, but with the colder months coming up, I wanted something a little bit more modern with a few more creature comforts. So I actually went out and bought myself a Nissan Qashqai. I know, right? Who can believe it? And no offense to anybody who owns a Nissan Qashqai. I've bought it, I've tried it. It was a lovely car. It was a top of the range model, cream leather and everything else. It's just not a car for me. So that stayed with me for about 6 weeks. I've sold it and I've bought something else, a little bit more fitting to what I love. And those that know me well and are very regular to this channel, my 2 loves in terms of cars, Jaguars, particularly the XKR, and Volkswagen vans. I'm a boy of the 70s. I've always had air-cooled Volkswagens, so it's just been a natural progression for me. And so I have been out and bought myself another VW van. I know, what am I like? This time though is something, again, I've never really been able to afford or justify spending the money on. It is a Volkswagen T5 Caravelle, and you can tell it's going to stay for a little while because we've put our number plate on it. So I picked this up just over a week ago. It's an early T5 2.5 Caravelle SE with the slidey seats and that sort of stuff. So should we have a look at it? I'll turn the camera around and let's check it out. So, and there is my other van. I know I have a problem. You don't need to tell me. So what have I bought then? So as I said, it's a 2005 Volkswagen T5 Caravelle SE, or multivan if you're in Europe. I don't know what you call it in America. My US subscribers, just let me know. It'll either be the multivan, the bully, or it might have been the Caravelle from the sales factory. So it's pretty decent, but it's a little rough around the edges. Hence I was able to afford it. Nothing horrendous, mechanically brilliant. Had a lot of work done, including an engine build, new turbo clutch and everything else, because it has done 180 something thousand miles, which is a lot of miles. But I've had one of these with over 300,000 miles on, and they do just go on and on and on. In fact, my T5 camper van I sold back in the summer, it was on 174, I think. So, but yeah, generally straight and tidy, very dirty, but that's just a product of where I live. Twin sliding door, tailgate instead of barn doors. But a very well spec'd van back in the day. But as you can see, every corner has a bit of paint missing. That corner there, this corner here, and if we go down the van, that corner there, including reversing sensor missing along the bumper, and you've guessed it, that corner there. And in fact, you can see, hopefully you can pick it out, there's a few little scrapes down the side there and along the sill panel underneath the sliding door. But other than that, it's very nice. So why a Caravelle? Well, the easy thing, and again, let's turn you around. The easy answer for why I've bought a Caravelle is I've got a fairly large family. There's 5 of us, me, the wife and 3 boys. They're only getting bigger. You know, they're what they are. God, how old are my children now as a test? 17, 12 and 11. So 1 teenager, 2 nearly teenagers. My 2 youngest boys play rugby for our local town, which is every weekend is taken up, and so it's just a space thing really. It's easy, convenient and good for day trips out. And as much as I love the Jaguar XF and all the other daily cars I have, from a practical point of view, that suits us better. So I've got another one. So yeah, that's why we've got it in a nutshell. I had an opportunity to help a friend out at work, like I said, with my XF, which is what I've done. So he's very pleased. It's allowed me to move it on and get the Caravelle. So yeah, there we go. So should we take a look inside? Oh, let's go. I'll spin you around again. So on the inside, I'll take you around this way. Oh, another little dentlet on the bonnet, you can pick up in the daylight. So perfect amount of things for me to do. So on the inside then, again, it's all original, nice and tidy. We've got a little bit of wear on the driver's seat here, but hopefully we'll be able to sort that out, no problem at all. I've got some spare material to get that bolster done, but it's completely stock. Try and get you out of the sunlight. So totally original. Comes with the what we call the RNS, radio navigation system, which is still working. Air conditioning, so not the dual climate control, unfortunately, but can't have it all. So yeah, but it's all nice and tidy. Yeah, 2 single seats. When I put up the sliding door, did you hear the motor then? They've all got soft closed doors on. And in the rear then, so we have the 2 single seats that slide in. They can come all the way up to the front of this rail, all the way to the back, or lift out. So 2 single captain seats, which swivel. So we can turn them around the other way. And then in the back of the van, we have the rear triple. Again, in really good condition. Again, slides all the way forward, all the way back, and folds down into a bed if you need it to. Blinds in the door cards, middle and rear. So yeah, really, really nice, really practical. for me and my family. But as I said, not without wanting a few bits and pieces doing. There we go. There's a little bit of paint missing here around the door handle. So there we go. It's just a quick, this is what I've got. So this is going to be featuring in my channel as I slowly do it up. We've got some cool additions to add on to it, which I'll be showing you. But yeah, loving it. Loving owning it. Loving driving it. I say it's super practical for me and the family. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So should we have a walk down the barn and I'll show you what's going on, and we'll have a bit of a chat as we go down there, shall we? So currently at my house, the barn's just down the road. So as we go down, we'll be able to see hopefully what's going on around me, because there's some building works happening, which is interfering with my barn somewhat. The power's been cut to my barn, which is limiting what I can and can't do inside there. Access has been limited for a while because they've been having lorries and deliveries and building supplies. So they've had to redo a part of the road to give me access back into there, because it was completely cut up with mud through the HGVs and stuff going through it. So it's been a bit of a pain, but we're getting there now. So yeah, I'll carry on walking down. When we get to the barn, we'll have a chat. So we're in a bit of a complex here. So yeah, there's a lot of buildings around by my barn, and hopefully you can see where they've been doing some work. Try not to show people's car registration numbers and stuff like that. But let's get you going in there. So yeah, I know I've been off air for a while, and without sounding like I'm making an excuse, although there's one subscriber in particular on here, you know who you are, you cheeky monkey, who likes to have a dig at me for not posting regularly, keeps saying I'm coming up with excuses and I'm not genuine. And I've had to explain, this isn't my job. I'm not an employee of the Discovery Channel. This is all done here in my spare time for fun. I have a family and a life and a job and everything else we need to do. But yeah, I admit, I've been off air for a while. But yeah, and to be totally frank, I've had a few health conditions that have arisen, which have kind of got me down a little bit, and I've just had to process that in my brain to even get me interested, in all honesty, to come down here and do stuff in my barn. Yeah, I've just genuinely not felt like it. That's the truth. Because I've had more serious things on in my mind. And I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but yeah, so there we are. So that's why. But you know, I've sort of come to terms with what I've been told, and I just need to work my way through that now and come out the other side and keep a smile on my face. But no doubt, as we go on over the next few months, I might say a bit more about it, because you may visually be able to tell after I've had to have a bit of surgery, shall we say. But there we go. Right, let me unlock the barn and we'll go on in. Right, so we're getting in there, and I'll turn the camera around. So I know you guys don't know the area around my barn very well, or not the majority of you anyway, some of you do. But we've had to close this part of it off because I've had people parking up here, parking their works vehicles. Just the other side of that barn over there is the main farmhouse where I live, which is currently undergoing renovations. So it has been a bit of a pain. And Look what's there. Undercover is the old Jaguar XKR, which is still my main focus. I still love my Jaguar. You know, let me give it a pat for you. We're on it, but it is a long-term project. It takes time, effort, money, lots of money. But I'll show you where we are, and you can see, look at the state of my barn. Right, over here, let's move that out of the way, just so we can have a catch up, is my subframe. Can't remember what we got to last time, but there it is, in all its glory, looking absolutely splendid. Ignore, if you can, all the junk around it. I can't lift that down from there on my own, so I need to make a jig to allow me to do it, and then to allow me, here goes, never works lorry going through, can you see through the window? Pain. Anyway, so I need to make a jig to lift this down, to get it on the floor, to then wheel it over to my Jaguar to fit it up in there. And again, before I fit it up in there, I need to get underneath the car, do all my rust proofing, paint it up, fit the exhaust, and then we can lift that in. So, but this is coming over the next couple of weeks. This is what I'm on. This is what we're going to try and get up in the car after I've dealt with what is underneath the car. I probably won't show you everything I'm doing under the car because there's a little bit of welding to do. Not much, but a little bit. And then it's rust proofing and painting. I will show you broadly what I'm doing, but I really need to just catch up now, get ahead, get it done. And you might see like a highlights version of what I'm doing. Because filming all of this takes an age and makes everything take a million times longer than what it actually would take. So potentially what would take, I don't know, 3 or 4 days to do me welding, to rust proof it, clean it up, paint it up, fit the exhaust, will probably end up taking 4 weeks, genuinely, if I stop and film everything. It takes an awful long time. So anyway, that will be coming literally, and I'll put it on video now, so there you go. That'll be coming in the next few weeks. Hopefully, bear with me, it is coming. I'll turn the camera around. My high top, I'm going to put that up for sale. In fact, it's up for sale, right? I've had it 2.5 years. I'm probably not going to get time to do it, because if I start working on that, it's going to take me away from the Jag, and my goal is to get the Jaguar on. So this is going for sale, nice and cheap, which is a 1985 van, tax and MOT exempt, awesome project for someone. And although it looks like it's bleeding rust from the windows, it is mega solid, absolutely rock solid underneath. Those that know these vans, the front panels, there we go. Again, apart from a few bits of staining, it's rock solid, and that's the condition of the van all the way around. But time is an issue, and space. Whoop, as I fall over some of the rubbish in my barn, space is an issue. So I've got that in here. I've got the DW in here, my awesome motorhome, and the Jag, and a pile of junk. So long term, all this has got to go to the skip. I've got a big pile of junk on my driveway, which needs to go to the skip. All that stuff in the back corner there, most of it needs to go to the tip. A lot of the stuff over here needs to go to the tip, and a lot of the stuff in my racking I need to sort through, have a clear out and sell. So that's part of my plan of selling some of the, it's just to have a bit of a clear out really. I had too much, I was doing too much, spreading myself a bit too thin, and I need to stop. Is, you know, because as I said earlier, I am a family man. I've got a family, young children, a house to upkeep, as well as doing all this, which is my fun. This is my downtime, and I want to keep it fun. So the white van is going to go. I then want to bring my red van down here, park that up in the barn. I want to paint my barn out. I don't have proper electrics in here. Hopefully that's changing now. They're doing the building works. We can get some proper electrics in. I want to get it fully watertight, best I can, for an old cow shed. I want to paint it out. I want to board it out. I want to do lots of work in the barn. So again, so I've sold some cars. We've freed up some cash. So again, we can do some work down here, and then hopefully I can park all the vehicles in here sensibly. I'll be able to get the red van further over in the corner. So I'll be able to get the red van. I want to bring it down here further closer to the corner. I can then park the motorhome closer to the red van, which will then leave me a nice bit of working space down through the middle here next to the XKR, so I can still use my movable bench, which is that one there, to work on it better. And I want to board all this out. I've still got holes to fix. I've got this framework to replace. Again, this is what I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. I want to board all this out. I want to paint it all white. I want to get some LED lights in here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Filming will then be a lot better, and we can make good progress through the winter, which is always a slow time for me doing videos, just because of the opportunities I have with my shift work to come down here and film. And if it's a quiet evening, I could easily come down there, do some filming. But again, without the lights and everything else, it gets a bit dark. And you'd have seen that in a lot of my videos. I'm trying to do some stuff and it's a bit dark and fuzzy and you can't see stuff very well, nor can I. These old eyes now, I turned 53 at the weekend. So yeah, my vision's only getting worse, not getting better. So there we are. This is what's happening. It's a bit of a update. It's not a where's Wally, you know, I've not disappeared totally. I've just not done anything for a couple of months. And as I said, there's a few reasons behind it, but getting my Mojo back is the main thing. And it's come back. And it's been gone for a little while, but that's just me being feeling a bit sorry for myself. But yeah, there we go. Life moves on, doesn't it? And we just need to get stuck back into it now. And like I say, a bit of enthusiasm with my new van, and yeah, continuing on with the Jag. But I say it is a long-term project. It does take lots of time and effort and money and knowledge. So hey, we're all learning. We're all on this adventure together, aren't we, as it were? So yeah, if you have any questions on what we've just spoken about, please ask away. Leave a comment down below. I do reply to all questions and comments, good or bad. So send them down to me, and we can have an extended chat if you so wish. But that's where we are. So yeah, the love for the Jag is not gone. It's still here. I've just had to sort of sort my head out a little bit, but we've now done that, and I got myself a new van. And I know you all love seeing me do my Jags, but I do love doing my Volkswagens as well. So I hope you, well, not approve. You don't have to approve what I'm doing. If you don't approve, don't watch. It's as simple as that. And I'll say that to my one subscriber. If you don't enjoy what I'm doing, go and watch something else, mate. It's very simple. But for all those that do enjoy, and stick around and get involved, and yeah, let's get some more cool stuff out on the channel. And I just want to try and keep it a bit interesting, not the same old stuff on the same old vehicle. Hence I try and do a bit on different cars and different projects. So yeah, if you enjoy that sort of thing, stick around. And again, if you haven't yet subscribed and you think you enjoy what I do, or you're going to enjoy what I'm going to be doing, then hit that subscribe button, because that makes a massive difference to the channel and gets my subscribership up, and then it allows more people to see the videos, and we're slowly getting there. You know, we're sort of 2,500-ish subscribers, 2,600, something like that. So it is building slowly, but it'd be nice to see some more people hit that subscribe button. There's a massive chunk, I forget what the stats are now, like 60 or 70% of people that watch my videos, and you can see who watches them, that you can check out the demographics and the analytics and all that. I'm not really into all that side of it, but when you do look at it, there's a huge proportion of people that don't actually subscribe, but they're the same returning people. So if you're one of those and you don't quite know what to do or what happens when you hit subscribe, it just means you're joining my gang, right? So treat this as a bit of a club, a gang, right? Simon's gang. And if you want to be part of my gang, just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no money involved. You don't have to commit to anything. It essentially just means you've joined the gang, and every time I do anything on YouTube, when I post it, you'll get a notification to say Simon's put something new up. So it's just an easy way of following what I'm doing here on the channel. There's no money or anything like that involved. I don't ask anyone for any money or anything else. It's just me down here on my days off from work, having a bit of fun, right? That's what all this channel is all about. So if you do enjoy that, hit the subscribe button. And you'll see next to the subscribe button, there's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And again, if you enjoy what I do, give us a thumbs up. Again, it helps, apparently, share the love and get this video out to a wider audience. And of course, there's the comment section. So you can comment, ask a question, ask me anything you like, and I will get back to you. Right? As I say, good or bad, if you think I've done something wrong, then you can tell me that I've done something wrong, and I'll quite happily accept that and make a change if it's relevant to another video that I do, right? Or you can just ask me a question about anything. So yeah, just do that. But yeah, please stick with the channel. I know it's been a while, but I have my reasons, and they are what I've said in this video, right? But I say it is going to become apparent a little bit later on down the line, because I have to have a bit of surgery in my face. So it'll be pretty obvious. Hence, you know, I wasn't sure when to put another video out. But I say I'm on a waiting list for some surgery, and I wasn't sure when to do it. And yeah, as time's going on, I just realised if I don't do it soon, people are going to start switching off. So hence this video. There's nothing sort of planned. I'm just telling you exactly what's going on. So there we have it. So I've not done anything productive today, but you will be seeing something more productive in the future as we move forward. So yeah, I hope you stick around. And so I'll say a massive thank you to all those that have stuck with me so far. I do really, really appreciate it. And there's still lots more to come. So I hope you stick with the channel, keep watching what I'm doing, and send some positivity my way, please. So that's it from me for now. Take care, everybody. I'll see you very soon when we'll put a video together of me actually doing something, and yeah, we'll make some progress. So take care, everybody. We'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Bye.